All right, it is 9 o'clock straight up, so we'll get started. I will explain to the Zoom audience how we'll be calling I'll be calling the docket by the defendant's name. So defendants, when you hear your name called, please unmute yourselves, turn your camera on if it is off, and then announce yourself to the court. I'll say that one more time. I will be calling the docket by the defendant's name. So defendants, when you hear your name called, please unmute yourselves because you are in court and I do need to see you. Then announce yourself to the court, because from my end, I am checking that you're either answering the docket or that you're not answering the docket. And at some point, defense attorneys, if your client never zooms in today, I do issue FTAs. That stands for failure to appear. A warrant will issue for your client. So we'll get started. Today is Friday, January 5th, 2024, County Court 12, calling the 9 o'clock docket. And we'll start with Barbara Baldaris. Barbara Baldaris.
Present, Judge.
Thank you, ma'am. Thomas Blowers. Thomas Blowers.
Present, Judge.
Thank you, sir.
Wesley Council's present too, Your Honor.
Oh, thank you, Counselor. Wesley Coddington. Roger Delgado. Roger Delgado.
Here, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. Kevin Franco Jara. Kevin Franco Jara. Carl Gallardo. Carl Gallardo.
Present.
Thank you, sir. Edward Guerrilla. Edward Robert Guerrilla.
I'll call him, Judge.
Thank you. Dustin Glover. Dustin Glover.
Here, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. Javier Gutierrez. Javier Gutierrez. Christopher Hardaway. Christopher Hardaway.
Here, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. Jesus Pacheco. Jesus Pacheco.
Present, Your Honor.
Thank you, Jesus. Got you checked in. Naomi Perez Hill. Naomi Perez Hill.
Present, Judge.
Naomi, turn your camera on, please.
Sorry, let me.
Liliana Ibanez. Liliana Ibanez.
Present.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Jorge Rebello. Jorge Rebello.
He's in the hallway. He should be getting on.
In the hallway?
Yeah, he's in the hallway. He's trying to get on now.
Okay. Robert Bond. Robert Bond.
He's present with counsel, Judge. I can see him. I don't know why. We'll call him to make sure his video and audio are on.
Okay, I'll circle back around, Counselor. Casper Luis Ayala. Casper Ayala.
Here, Judge.
Thank you, sir. Javier Ayala. Javier Ayala.
Counsel for Mr. Ayala, I believe he's in custody, Your Honor.
Thank you. He is. Vanessa Ramirez. Vanessa Ramirez, also jail.
I'm here, Honor.
Right here. Thank you. Let's see. And also Lester Oseda, jail.
Don't touch the mouse. Oh, okay. They don't matter.
Backwards.
You need help, you call on us. If you need a talk, just. Well, what do I
Just-
say?
you can mute those, you can mute
Oh,
those.
that's right. Okay.
Okay. Javier Ortega. Javier Ortega.
Present, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. Nolan Madrid. Nolan Madrid.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay,
Present.
thank you. I think I could. Jose Abelos. Jose Abelos.
Present, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Alexander Jacobs. Alexander Jacobs. Unmute yourself and announce yourself, sir. Just say present.
Present.
There you go. Check in. And Elijah Hernandez. Elijah, did they bring Elijah out? I know they're supposed to. Jessica, do I have the mental health court files out? The recall docket files?
Let me check with the clerk.
Okay, I need to call those too. Jay, Adrian, who's from the mental health? On the Zoom?
I'm on, Judge, but I had to get the Zoom. I had to get the meeting ID from the court clerks. It wasn't sent from the team.
Okay, so what are who are the four? I think there are four on the mental health court docket today.
Yes, Judge. We have Heather Cameron, Frank Duran, Matthew Longoria, and Amanda Welch. And then just yesterday we added Elijah Hernandez.
Thank you, thank you. So let me call their names. Heather Camarino. Heather, are you on the Zoom? Frank Duran. Frank Duran.
Present, Your Honor.
Thank you, Frank. Matthew Longoria. Matthew Longoria. Amanda Welch. Amanda Welch. Cara. Angela Cara. Angela Cara.
We are going to be staffing her case, Judge. She's been a fugitive in the program.
Okay, thank you. All right. Did we send the links to the mental health court participants team?
I don't think so, Judge, because I didn't even have it. I had to call the court clerks to get the meeting ID.
Okay. All right. Not a good look at all, but let me move forward. So I will go back through this list one more time for the individuals that did not hear or were joining us late. But first, I'm going to give a few instructions concerning how this morning is going to roll out. So defense attorneys that need a reset, the court will give you a reset. I do, however, require that you speak to one of the two ADAs on the Zoom. That would be Mia or Lauren. Even if you have spoke to them, defense attorney, last court setting, and you have not changed your mind, you still want the exact same thing, I'm still having you speak to one of them. Even if you just got hired last night or last week or last month, I'm still having you speak to one of the two ADAs, even if there is a felony pending along with this county court 12 case, still requiring that you speak to one of the two ADAs. I see no downside to communication, guys. I know that I am over here trying to move my docket, and I know that you defense attorneys are trying to bring closure to your clients' cases so they can get back to their normal lives. And we cannot do this without communication. So defense attorneys, just please take a few moments to go into one of the breakout rooms and get on the same page about the status of this setting this morning. Now, defense attorneys, if you have spoken to one of the two ADAs within the last 2, 3, even up to 5 days ago, and that call, that chat, that email was about this setting today, I'll take that as a confirm. I would highly recommend that that's what you guys would do. So when we get on the Zoom and we get to the part about who's already conferred, if you have done it in already, and if your desire is to get your client, quickly get your client and reset and release them, we could do that because you would have conferred in advance, but we're here now. So moving forward, how we're going to do this, defense attorneys, I need the defense attorneys to please send chats to Jessica. Jessica is going to line you guys up in order of how she receives those chats to go into the breakout rooms. Now, it is 9:08, usually about 10 o'clock. We're 75% done with the docket. I say that to say we do try to move things along quickly in County Court 12. So when Jessica puts you guys in those breakout rooms, defense attorneys, please do not pop out of the breakout rooms to say no one has come to see me in the breakout room. Just exercise a little patience, guys. Someone will be there shortly to go over the matter of the setting with you, okay? All right, so now moving forward, I'm gonna go back through this list one more time. And remember, I will be calling the docket by the defendant's name. So defendants, when you hear your name called, please unmute yourselves. Turn your camera on if it is off because you are in court and I do need to see you. You are free to turn your camera off after that. Then announce yourself to the court because from my end, I am checking that you're either answering the docket or that you're not answering the docket. And at some point, defense attorneys, if your client never zooms in this morning, I do issue FTAs. That stands for failure to appear. A warrant will issue for your client. So we'll begin again. If I called your name the first time and you answered, I will not call your name again. You are already checked in. This go around is only for the individuals that did not answer at the first go around. Right, Wesley Coddington, Wesley Coddington. Kevin Franco Jara, Kevin Franco Jara. Edward Jarila, Edward Jarila. Hope I'm saying that correctly. Javier Gutierrez, Javier Gutierrez.
Council's present, Javier he's having
Javier?
some issues with his audio. Can you hear us, Javier?
Javier, do you know how to unmute yourself? Do you know how to unmute yourself, sir? I don't think he knows how to navigate it.
Okay. I might have to call him and tell him to dial in.
Okay, all right. That's
But
what I
he
always
is
say.
present.
I see him. Oh, Javier, can you hear us?
Here.
Okay, there he
Yes,
is.
no, I can hear you. Yes,
Thank you, Javier. I got you checked in now.
I can hear you.
Okay, Javier, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, all right. Next we have Naomi Pettis Hill. Naomi Pettis Hill.
Present, Judge.
Thank you. Did Jorge Ravella get on the Zoom? Did he manage to get on the Zoom? Jorge?
Present.
Thank you, sir. Robert Bond. Robert Bond.
Present, Your Honor.
Thank you, Robert. Got you checked in. Let's see. Any more? I think the rest are Jill and everyone else answered. All right, so let me go over that mental health docket one more time. Heather Camarino. Heather Camarino. Matthew Longloria. Matthew Longloria. Amanda Welch. Amanda Welch. All right. I've now gone through both dockets twice. All right. In a few moments, we'll move forward with other matters. But first, I'm going to give a few housekeeping rules for County Court 12. So the first rule being, are there, well, yeah, I'll do that after this. First rule being, defense attorneys that are moving forward with the plea, remember, 2 sets of paperwork. One set comes from the court, the other set comes from the district attorney's office. If you're not sure if your client is done all the paperwork, defense attorney, please get with Jessica and she can go over that. We're still doing things in a hybrid fashion in County Court 12. 2 days of the week we're on Zoom like today, and the rest of the other days we're in person, but we're still sending the majority of the paperwork online. So if you're not sure if your client is done with paperwork, please get with Jessica. I just don't want anyone to sit on the Zoom all morning, and when I finally call the case, we discover that none of the paperwork or only part of the paperwork has been done. Easy solution. Also, defense attorneys, we're moving forward with the plea. Please ask your client this one question: are they a resident of Bexar County? I realize that San Antonio is a very touristy city. We get a lot of outsiders. But if you're moving forward with the plea and we do not know that your client is not a resident of Bexar County, that paperwork has been sent over to probation, your client is going to get an automatic violation. A warrant will issue. And who needs that household at the beginning of the probation? It's an easy solution. This is America. You can live where you want to live. Perhaps you live in another county, even another state, perfectly fine. Just let your defense attorney know, let the court know, and that I can make the decision should your case be transferred to wherever your client resides, or if I should allow your client to report to probation by Zoom. All right. Also, defense attorneys, if your client has an MTR on the docket this morning, besides speaking with one of the 2 ADAs, your client must also speak to Mr. Charles Kimbrough. He is the CLO, the probation officer for County Court 12. Of course, because it is an MTR, a motion to revoke probation, I do need the input from the probation department, all right? Also, defense attorneys, if your client has been arrested, just arrested for at least 2 DWIs, that case is going to automatically be sent over to the DWI court. That is a specialty treatment court. I cannot order or mandate anyone into that program, but your client will be given the opportunity to be evaluated and talked to about what I consider red flags and issues of alcohol usage. Your client will not be able to leave this judiciary able to say that, again, that no one tried to reach out to them or talk to them, again, about what I consider red flags and issues of alcohol usage. Now, besides presiding over County Court 12, I also preside over the mental health court. That too is a specialty treatment court. If anyone wishes their case to be transferred over to that docket, please get with Jessica. She can get that referral process started. It doesn't even have to be that your client has ever been officially diagnosed with a mental health illness. If they think they are suffering from PTSD, severe anxiety or depression, schizophrenia, bipolar, that is good enough for us. We will have them seen and diagnosed by a professional doctor. I do run several dockets of mental health. One of the dockets being the PTD docket. If your client is deemed eligible for that docket, not only does your client's case get dismissed, it gets totally expunged from your client's record at no cost to your client. Now, I might add, defense attorneys, because we're on Zoom and Jessica will be issuing these reset dates out, defense attorneys and defendants, please, I ask of you to write these dates down. Put them in your calendar, okay? Because you're not in person to get a written reset. I'm asking you to, when Jessica gives you the reset date, please, it is important. It is an order of the court. That is your next court date, to write that down. I get so many, I didn't write it down. I don't know what my court date is. So as soon as you get your court date, please write it down. All right. All right. So now moving forward, is there anyone on the docket that did not hear their name called at all at either time that I called the docket? Anyone did not hear their name called at all? Inmates, you're okay. We know that you're here. You guys were on our list. Anyone else? The inmates, you're already checked in. All right. Anyone else that is on this Zoom today did not hear their name called at all this morning?
Yes, Judge. Amanda Welch.
Okay, good, Amanda. Thank you. Got you checked in now. Anyone else?
Thank you.
Anyone else? Did not hear their name called at all. All right. Okay, very good. All right. So are there any defense attorneys that have already conferred? They just need to give a report to the court and give your client a reset and release your client. Any defense attorneys that have already conferred? All right. All right. Now, before I move, I'm going to hop into a breakout room with the mental health court team. Are there any pleas ready to go, Jessica, that I can do before I go into that breakout room? Because I'll be in that breakout room for about 45 minutes.
No,
Are there any pleas ready to go? Okay, how about the jail case? Who's that speaking?
I'm sorry, Judge.
Mario. So Jessica wants me to please tell the defense attorneys that the jail really urges us to get these the inmates in. We can only bring 4. Each court only has 4 blocks, guys. So if I have 12 people on the jail docket, I can only bring in 4 at a time. So if you guys have a pleas with the inmates, to please get those done first, okay? I think we do have some that are ready to go, right, Jessica? So I know that some of the defense attorneys have said that they have pleas ready to go with some of the inmates. If we can get those done sooner rather than later, I know that the jail would really appreciate that. They're really backed up over there, guys. All right. So if there's no pleas ready, Mario, did you already confer that you want to give a report to the court?
Yes, Judge. I've conferred on both my cases, but for one of my cases, I need to talk to my client. But I think with the other, I can see if I can get a reset for him.
Mario, do you know your client's number or name on the docket?
Not on the docket, Judge, but his name is Carl Gallardo. I think he's...
No, he's on the docket. He's number 6.
Yeah, he was high up there. So I did speak with the state. They've extended an offer on his case, contingent on a few things.
Okay.
So if we can get a reset for Mr. Gallardo.
Okay, I know what Jessica's going to do because this is 5th reset. We're going to push it out, but it's going to be reset to the call docket. Is that correct, Jessica?
Yes,
And that's fine. And that's fine, Your Honor. Also, for Mr. Gallardo, the case was recently filed. I just received the blood results for that one as well. I submitted a request for the blood testing recorts. So I have a motion there that I submitted and that I can address that with the court later on if you like.
Okay, all right. What day do we have, Jessica? Number 6.
February 2nd.
February 2nd. Okay. Mr. Carl Gallardo. Carl Gallardo.
Present.
Okay. Your court date has been reset to February 2nd. That court date is going to be reset to the call docket. That is an announcement docket. 9:00 in the morning in person, sir. Okay.
So I got to fly out there? I'm out of state.
Oh,
that's right, Judge. If we can get him on his, if it's a call docket, never mind.
The call docket is the trial docket. So
is it okay if he could appear on Zoom for the call docket? He's a resident of Nevada.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's in the judiciary. Some sacrifices will be made. Like if you guys can take a plea on that day, is that where this is heading? Are you guys heading to trial, Mario?
I'm not quite sure at this point, Judge. I think it's contingent on those blood records.
What did you say? What were we going to say, Jessica?
Actually, we have to change it to January 30th.
January 30th?
Yes.
Why? What's the second?
Because the second is that it's Zoom. It's on Friday, so the second is actually the call docket.
Well, ma'am, the call docket is what day?
January 30th.
January 30th is the call docket, not February 2nd?
No, that's a Friday on Zoom.
Okay, all right. January 30th, okay. Mario, we'll talk about it later, okay? We'll keep it at January 30th. come see me later. We'll talk about it, okay? And what was your other client name?
My other client is Dustin Glover, but I'm not quite ready to announce on his. If I could have a breakout room with him so I can discuss.
Okay, very good. That's number 8. So just put him in the breakout one, it's fine. Jessica, who's host of the mental health court?
I put Brian and Jay.
Is Adrian, who is on Jay? Are you host?
Yes, Judge. Adrian joined and she's in the breakout room.
Okay. If tell Adrian if she could move everybody and me to the breakout room for the mental health that mental health docket. I'll be
Yes,
joining you
ma'am.
guys. Okay.
Jessica, just to clarify, is Mr. Gallardo excused?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Hi, Miss Morgan.
Hi, good morning, Jessica. How are you?
Pretty good, thank you.
Good. I have 2 I'm going to be asking for resets on. Let's see. The first is Jesus Pacheco 713349. The state, I didn't know it was filed until this morning. The state just got their blood results back and filed it sometime in the last week. And so I'm going to be e-filing the blood discovery order today as soon as I get the lab result number from Discovery.
Okay. So we're gonna be doing January 30th. That's gonna go into the call docket.
He needs to go on the call docket. This is just a second or third reset.
It says 5th.
Oh, okay. He's also, I'm gonna talk to him in a breakout room about the Veterans Treatment Court, but that's fine.
Okay. Let's see. Do you want me to put him on a breakout room now, or do you want to reset the other one?
Reset the other one first.
Okay. Who's the other one?
Naomi Perez Hill, or no,
Okay. Right next to him.
wrong order. It is cause number.
Did she check in?
I see her on the Zoom as Naomi P.
Okay, got it. I see her. Okay, so we're gonna reset her to February 7th.
Okay, sounds great.
Okay, perfect. Miss Naomi, did you hear that?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
And may I go into a breakout room with Jesus Pacheco, and then I'm going to come back and talk to Mr. Avalos about his occupational driver's license hearing and the plea today. But I don't know if I got the plea paperwork from you yet. Do you want me to resend you his email?
And that was for
Jose Avalos. He's there on an occupational driver's license hearing.
Yes, send it to me, please, and I'll send it right back.
Okay.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Ortiz.
Jessica, hope you're feeling well.
You feeling better?
Yes, thank you.
Mhm.
Just an announcement, number 21, Mr. Vegas Euseda, who's on the jail docket, state has agreed to dismiss this case. They should be filing something this morning along those
Okay,
lines.
perfect.
And if I could please meet in the breakout room with number 1 on the docket, Miss Barbara Valderas.
Bandera, okay.
And señor Vegas Euseda, el fiscal, el Estado está de acuerdo de cerrar el caso, así es que este caso ya se terminó para usted. Thank you, Ms. Jessica.
Muchas gracias. Gracias.
Sí, de nada.
Mr. Ramos?
Good morning. Actually, it's Taylor from his office. Can I just confer with an ADA, please?
Yes, 1 second. Mr. Garcia?
Yes, I conferred on Thomas Blowers. It's still pending blood results from DPS.
What's the name of your client?
Thomas Blowers.
Oh, Thomas.
Yeah. It's 711-522.
Okay, so that one is gonna be going to the call docket. And I have January 30th.
Okay, is that in person or Zoom?
That's in person.
Okay, at 9 o'clock,
Yes.
January 30th?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Is your
Can we
client
be-
still there?
He should still be logged in.
Mr. Thomas?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, so your case has been reset to January 30th. That's gonna be at 9 in the morning. That's in person.
I do reside in Brownsville, Texas.
Yeah, it's going into the call docket, so it has to be in person.
I'll call him. I'll call him after the docket and explain.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Ms. Lamerson.
Hey Jessica, I've got so for the ones that Ryan had, it looks like Gorella was a no-show, who's number 7 on your docket. And number 18, Orville McNally has pled, and number 23, Javier Ortega has already pled. So it looks like I have Casper Ayala is the only one on your docket that I've got, and he's got a pending felony.
Which is Javier Ayala, right?
Casper Ayala.
Okay.
Ayala, I think Rogelio is handling. I was looking at 16, not 17.
Okay, 6. Oh, got it. So on that one. We can reset the case to February 5th.
That'll work.
Perfect.
And I'll let the other attorney on the felony isn't from my office, but I'll just send him a courtesy message.
Okay, perfect.
And you said February 5th. And would you put me in with Mr. Ayala, and can we be excused from there?
Yes, ma'am. 1 second.
Jessica,
Mr.
when you
Ayala,
have,
can you go ahead and accept the application?
Jessica, when you have a moment, could you please put me in a breakout room with Dustin Glover?
Okay, for Ramos?
Yes, on Jorge Rebella, he's there in the courtroom.
I can barely hear you, I'm sorry.
It's for Jorge Revelo. He's there in the courtroom. I
Okay.
convert already. It's a new case, still waiting filing, actually.
For George?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna reset to January 16th.
Perfect. Thank you.
It was January 26th. Is that what I said?
Okay. No, you said 16.
16, I kind of heard. Okay, so it's for 26 and it's gonna be on Zoom as well.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Mr. Ortiz? Oh, even somewhere.
I don't think the videos were ready when I did that, so I'm gonna have to make that request again. I know that we've got 4 resets, it looks like, on this case, so it could be placed on the call docket. I'm hoping to resolve this case by the next hearing.
And which one was that one?
Number 1, Mr. Barbara Valderas, please.
Okay. That one's going to January 30th.
January 30th, understood. Ms. Valderas, did you get that date?
Heard.
Okay, please mark that date on your calendar. That's going to be on a Tuesday. Your presence is going to be required, and you won't be receiving further notice from the court.
Okay, January 5th, Tuesday at 9 a.m.
That's correct, and you're welcome to contact me at any time. We'll talk before then anyway.
Yes, thank
Thank
you.
you. May my client be excused?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Ms. Jessica.
Thank you.
Last request for now, if I could speak with Mr. Christopher Hardaway.
Is he on us? Is he logged in? Oh, I see them. I mean,
Miss Jessica. It's Mario.
Okay.
Could I please get a breakout room with Dustin Glover?
Okay, let me send you.
Thank you.
Jessica, when you have a second, could I speak with my client Javier Gutierrez?
Gutierrez, okay.
Thank you.
I don't see him logged in.
He's the
Oh, he's the
Samsung
Samsung?
SMS134.
Got it.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Jessica, this is Ashley Morgan. May I go back into a breakout room with Mia?
Mia, okay. 1 second. Yes, Mr. Ortiz.
Mr. Hardaway, this is number 10 on the docket.
Uh-huh.
State had offered a conditional dismissal. All I'm missing is an affidavit of non-driving. I should have that drafted by next Thursday. If you could get us a quick reset date, we should be able to take care of this case by the next setting, please.
Okay. That will be. That would be January 5th.
Okay. Mr. Hardaway, did you hear that date, January 5th?
Hold on.
Sorry.
My days are all wrong.
Today is January 5th.
26th.
What was that date again?
January 26th.
Okay, January 26th. Mr. Hardaway, did you get that date, January 26th?
Yes, sir.
That's going to be on a Friday, which means that court is being held through Zoom. But we've got an appointment next Thursday to meet so that we can possibly take care of that before our next setting, correct?
Yes, sir.
Please mark that date on your calendar. You will not get further notice from the court, and we'll be in touch.
All right.
Thank you. Miss Jessica, is my client excused?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And may I please be put in a breakout room with Miss Liliana Ibanez?
Ibanez. Okay.
Thank you.
This is Ashley Morgan again, Jessica.
Yes, ma'am.
Jesus Pacheco is going to go ahead and move forward with the plea today. And so I sent you his email address.
Perfect.
And then I still have Mr. Avalos, who we're waiting on the paperwork, and he wants to go into a breakout room to discuss the plea offer.
Okay, so you want me to put you out with
Avalos.
Okay, so let me send you.
Thank you.
Mhm. Hey, Miss Anna.
Oh, you're fine. Jessica, could you bring Javier back from the breakout room? He wasn't sure how to do it himself.
Let me get him.
Thank you.
Hopefully he accepts it.
I think you will. While we're waiting for him to come back in,
He's
I did
already
confer
in.
with, oh, he's in? Okay. I conferred with the state, and we just need another pretrial conference date for the state to have some additional time to try to reach out to their complaining witness. And then he has a new evading case as well. So we're still working on that one.
So we're gonna do February 2nd.
February 2nd.
Does that work for you?
That works.
Okay. Did you hear that, Mr. Pacheco? I mean, Gutierrez? So you're being set for February 2nd. It's also going to be on Zoom, okay? Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Jessica. Well, I'll make sure he knows.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, Miss Andrea?
Sorry,
There we
I'm still
go.
muted. I'm here for Robert Vaughn, case number 718069. We conferred with Mia yesterday via email. She gave us a PTD offer. He's going to accept the PTD offer and do the application. So we're going to get that done and submitted to the DA's office.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, we can do February 8th.
Okay. And is that going to be via Zoom?
No, that's in person. Are you looking for via Zoom?
Yes. Can we do a Zoom option?
Yes. So we can do the 9th. February 9th.
Yes, that's perfect. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Are we both excused?
Yes, ma'am. Mr. Robert, did you hear that?
Yes, ma'am, I did. Thank you so much for your time, and I hope that you have a great rest of your day.
You too, sir. Thank you. Okay, Mr. Ortiz.
Thank you, Miss Jessica. On number 13 on your docket, Miss Liliana Pupo Ibanez.
Uh-huh.
I have received discovery. We're scheduled to visit that discovery next week. We're asking for another reset. I believe we can resolve this case before the next setting.
Okay. We do February 8th.
February 8th. Miss Ibáñez, ¿notó esa fecha? El 8 de febrero, por favor.
Sí,
Y
a las
9.
9. ¿Por
a las
Zoom
do-
o
ah,
persona?
sí,
En persona.
ahí en persona, adentro de la corte, antes de las 9, empieza la corte, ¿ok?
Ok,
Ok,
gracias.
gracias. May my client be excused, Miss Jessica?
Yes, sir.
Ya se puede ir, gracias.
Gracias.
Also, may I please be placed in a breakout room with Mr. Casper Ayala, I believe is in custody.
Okay.
Thank you.
1 second. Sarah?
Yes, I would like to be, so I was gonna take a plea with Jose Carranza and Rigoberto Robles.
Uh-huh.
We need a Spanish interpreter.
Are we ready?
Yeah, but we were gonna go over the paperwork.
Okay. So you have to let me know when you're ready, because the interpreter, I mean, they get here pretty quick, so that way they're not waiting here, and we also have to wait for a judge to come back.
Okay, okay, sorry,
It's okay. You got the paperwork, right?
I did.
Okay.
Let me send it, sorry.
Okay. You want me to put you out in a breakout room, Sarah? Or
Yes, please.
with who? Who goes first?
Jose Carranza.
Carranza, okay. Sarah, I don't see your guy.
Can you hear me? Ryan told me that he would be placed on the docket for today. Are you talking about, which one are you talking about?
Oh, you're asking to be put with your client Carranza, right?
Correct.
But I don't see him.
Because I talked to him this week, and remember he was gonna take a plea and we reset it for today.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but yeah.
Was he notified? I mean, I don't see him on the being logged in.
He is in custody.
Let me ask the jail to bring him in, because I don't see him.
Okay.
And for Mr. Robles?
For Mr. Robles, he's scheduled for January 31st, but when I talked to Ryan, Ryan said that he was on the docket for today.
I'll get them in here right now.
Sorry.
Okay. Okay, so I just requested them, they're bringing them.
Thank you.
Mhm. Let's see. Mr. Moreno?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, who do we have?
So, Justin Glover.
Uh-huh.
So I spoke with the state. There's an offer on his case that I just relayed to him. It is contingent on him just completing a couple things. I think the intention here is that he wants to accept this plea. He just has to complete some stuff and provide to the state beforehand. Could we get it reset for about a month for a plea setting? Like, can we get like something like another Zoom hearing like on February 2nd or 5th?
Okay, we could do February 5th on Zoom.
Okay, that's perfect.
And you want it for a plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I'll do February 5th, okay?
Yes, ma'am. That works perfectly.
Okay, Mr. Dustin?
Yep, I heard and confirmed. The
Okay,
5th.
perfect.
All right.
Okay. Then you're all set?
All right.
Thank you. That's all I have this morning, Jessica. Are we both excused?
Yes, sir.
All right, you all have a good one.
You too.
Thank you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
You too, sir. Okay, Mr. Ramos?
Yes, ma'am. I just wanted to make sure that you guys had received the paperwork on Alexander Jacobs.
Or Mr. Jacobs, I believe I did see it come in. Yes. So he's on the
Okay.
list for a plea.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect. We'll stand by. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Jessica.
Thank you. Ms. Danielle?
Yes, ma'am. I have two set today. So I
Okay.
have Nolan Madrid. He's a recall from yesterday.
Uh-huh.
So we're still missing from Discovery, and the state needs to reach out to CW. If I could do another Zoom day though,
Okay. So
maybe
we're gonna be
February
doing
2.
February 2nd?
For sure, that sounds good. And then for Vanessa Lynn Ramirez,
Uh-huh.
Good morning.
she has a felony MTR still pending, and then a couple new felonies. But her felony MTR is set towards the end of January. So if you want to do that same day, maybe we'll have an update.
Well, she's actually going into the call docket for Vanessa.
Even though she has the felony MTR pending, because I
Say
think
that again?
I've only had like one setting for her. I think
She's had 4.
I don't think I've had that many settings for her.
I've
only had one though. I've only had her for one setting.
Yeah, unfortunately, she's already going on the 5th setting. So she has to go into the call docket.
Okay, when will the call docket be?
That would be January 30th.
Okay,
Okay.
sounds good, ma'am.
Okay, give me one
If we could be
second.
excused.
Yes, ma'am. Just give me. Did you hear that, Miss Vanessa?
Yes, I did hear that. But I have David Garcia too. Is that my felony court lawyer?
That I don't know, ma'am. So on this case, you're being reset to January 30th.
Which, that's the misdemeanor?
Correct. Okay. You may be excused.
Oh, me too?
Where are you? Yeah, but Vanessa Ramirez, yes, you're excused. So, Mr. Ortiz.
Yes, Ms. Jessica, thank you. If I may please be placed in a breakout room with Mr. Javier Ayala.
Javier Ayala. Okay, let me send you in a breakout room.
Thank you.
Mr. Ramos?
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry. I'm running out of the court.
No worries.
Yes, ma'am.
What do we have? Oh, because you have your hand up.
Oh, let me put it down. I'm sorry. No, that was from when I was checking on Alexander Jacobs. Let me take a bit of that. Thank you.
Mr. Montgomery?
Yes, ma'am. I think I have 2 cases on your docket, one of which is Zachary with an S, Medina, last name Medina, like Medina County.
Yes.
I don't know if he's answered the docket or if he's in this Zoom meeting.
Yes,
I'm in
he's
another
there.
courtroom, so I can't.
Yeah, he's there. He's in Brown. He's an inmate.
All right. Great. And then the other one that I have on your docket today, he's got an active warrant. So I'm not sure the judge will take up the matter with him having an active warrant. His name is Richard Martinez, and he tells me that he isn't.
What's the case number on that one? For Martinez?
The case number is
I can barely hear you.
721-627. I'll say
I'm
it
sorry, I
again,
can barely hear you, sir.
721-27.
Sir?
Can you hear me now?
Okay, I can hear you. What's the case number?
Hello. I wonder my all right. Oh, it's 721-627.
71627. You're missing a number.
721-627.
Got it.
721-627. Might be
Martinez.
time to throw away this microphone.
Yeah, he does have an active warrant.
Has he attempted to, with the fact that he has a warrant?
Well, he's not on the docket, and I mean, he failed to appear on the 2nd. Can you hear me?
I stopped my video in case
Okay.
the problem is with bandwidth. Yes, I do hear you.
Okay. So he failed to appear on the 2nd, so he's not on the docket.
Well, I'll oh, okay. Well, when I talk to the prosecutor, I'll see what they say about that. I don't know, but I do need to talk to them about Mr. Medina, okay?
Yes, and also with Mr. Charles, because it's an MTR.
That is if I can make this connection work. I'm over the courthouse Wi-Fi. I don't.
Oh. Did you speak with Mr. Charles already?
Yeah, just give me a second.
No, ma'am, I have not. I'll speak to Mr. Charles first.
Okay. Mr. Charles?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So Mr. Montgomery, wants to speak with you first.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Sir.
Don't forget, I was the classroom pastor monitor. And art club parliamentarian. And I chaired the fundraiser to get this lady ethical hair and hair.
Got it. Many input and print.
Jessica, this is Ashley again. How are you?
I'm doing good, ma'am.
Good. May I go back into the breakout room with Jesus Pacheco? Because I have his paperwork.
Okay. Perfect.
I think he's in 6.
Yeah, he's an 8. Let me put you in there.
All right, guys. So we have 3 pleas ready to go. Oh, yes. See if Brian is, yeah, bring it back. Oh, man. Is Brian still back there?
Yeah, he should be back.
Okay, I hope he's still back there. Jay, Heather just showed up.
Did you want me to call Brian?
Yeah,
Brian
Brian is talking to her right now.
Okay.
We can get back into a jury, back into a breakout room in a minute. Let me do these pleas, then we get back into a breakout room. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So Jose Carranza, everybody ready to move forward on that case? Who's the defense attorney?
Should be Sarah May, Judge, but I don't know if we'd ever reached an agreement on that one.
So
Sarah,
since he only has 90, she's gonna absolutely like laugh at me in my face.
Sarah, did you hear what Mia said?
Right. I think I haven't been able, yeah, there was a change in the offer. I haven't been able to consult with my client.
Okay, so that plea is that's not going to be a plea. Okay,
Correct.
then. I'll just set it aside. How about Roberto Robles? Roberto Robles? Who's that?
Yes. We
that's
wanted
your-
to complete, but I believe he hasn't been brought to court yet.
Is this an inmate?
Yes.
I just called them again. They're bringing them right now.
Which and because as Alexander, I see Alexander Jacobs is on. And who's his attorney?
It is he kept connecting it.
Rogelio? Is that your
no,
client?
No.
Rick
Ramos. Rick Ramos.
Yes, Ramos.
Okay. Rick, are you on?
I'm just stepping out of the courtroom, Judge.
Okay.
But yes,
all right.
I'm here.
Okay, very good. Let's do it. Okay. Irene, you ready?
Yes, ma'am, I'm ready.
All right, here we go. At this time, the court will call the case of Alexander Paul Jacobs, cause number 663659. With each side, state their name and who they represent for the record, please.
Mia Carranza for the state.
Rick Ramos.
Rick, do you want to come down here? I think our jury box room. Are you in our jury? You're in our conference room?
I'm in a conference room, Judge. Yes, can you hear me?
No, you're going in and out. Are you in the County Court 12's conference room?
No, Judge, I'm in the 227th right now,
Okay.
District Court.
Okay, all right. Okay, here we go then. Kind of going in and out, but we can see if we can work with it. Okay.
Okay.
Are you the same Alexander, Mr. Jacobs, you're saying Alexander has been charged with a DWI?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen, sir?
I am, Your Honor.
Have you had an opportunity to speak with your attorney about this case?
I have indeed.
Counselor, are you satisfied your client is competent to move forward in the plea today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Jacobs, did you get an opportunity to go over a document entitled Defendant's Waiver of Constitutional Rights and Court's Admonishments?
I did, Your Honor.
Did you go over that document with your lawyer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand it?
I did, Your Honor.
Did you sign that document?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counselor, are you satisfied your client understands his waiver of constitutional rights?
I am, Your Honor.
Mr. Jacobs, are you entering into your plea voluntarily this morning?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. State, is there a plea bargain?
Yes, Your Honor. The state moves to waive and abandon the open container enhancement and proceed solely on a DWI first, Class B misdemeanor.
Any objections?
No objections, Your Honor.
Entered.
A $600 fine, court costs, 12 months deferred adjudication, 48 hours of community service, DWI education course, victim impact panel, TAP evaluation, and ignition interlock for half the term.
All right. Is everybody's understanding of the plea bargain agreement?
It is, Your Honor.
Yep. Yes.
Okay. Mr. Jacobs, I see you've taken a plea bargain for deferred adjudication. Let me explain that deferred adjudication is a special type of probation where if you do very well and successfully complete this probation, this case could ultimately be dismissed against you. However, if you violate any terms of this probation, I could call you back to court, I could revoke the probation, and I could sentence you up to the full range of punishment. Do you understand this?
I do, Your Honor.
Still wish to move forward?
I do.
How do you plead to this charge?
Nolo contendro? No contest, I'm sorry.
No contest. Very well. The court accepts your plea of no contest. Bond has been voluntarily and intelligently entered into. And I'll set punishment as follows. We're going to move forward to DWIB, $600 fine, court calls, 12 months of deferred adjudication, a DWI education class, a VIP class, a TAP evaluation and follow all recommendations, ignition interlock for half the term, 48 hours of community service, and I'll set the supervisory fee at $40. Is there anything else from either side?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
Just from the defense, Your Honor, we did want to make sure that Mr. Jacobs does get credit. He does have his certificate of completion for the DWI education course, which he completed in anticipation of this deal. I believe he completed the victim impact panel as well. He does have both of those certificates. And we did confer with the state regarding the ignition interlock, Judge. We agreed that we would leave it to the court to see if maybe we could consider that Mr. Jacobs has had the ignition interlock in his vehicle for 2.5 years with no violations, Judge. If the court would be so inclined to give him credit for that time that he's been on it, we would ask for that credit.
No. That pretrial matter and how you guys run your case, doesn't concern me, not my lane. He's now transferred over to probation. And I mean, I think he got a good deal here, actually, to be honest. It's going from an open container down to they're waiving that he's getting the DWIB. But he will, will be for 6 months of this, okay? Like every other.
Yes.
But I will notate the file that he's done the DWI class and that he's done the VIP class, okay?
Thank you, Judge.
Anything else?
Nothing further from the defense, Judge.
All right. If there's nothing else from either side, sir, I have followed your plea bargaining agreement. You do not have my permission to appeal this. Mr. Jacobs, I'm going to put you in a breakout room. Mr. Charles Kimbrough, he's the probation officer for County Court 12. He's going to go over a few things of probation with you. Counselor, did you want to go into that room also?
Yes, please. And may we be excused from that room when Charles is done, Your Honor?
You sure can. Thank you, Counselor, for coming on and taking care of this matter. Everyone is excused. Just look for the
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Thanks, everybody. And so the other one, did they bring, I forgot. Did they bring Elijah Hernandez over?
I didn't see him, Judge.
Jessica, can you ask them to bring Elijah over? To put Elijah in one of the breakout rooms?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. And so the other jail case was gonna be Carranza. I see that they have them. Was that the one we're gonna move forward on or no?
No, Judge.
Okay, that was the one we were not going to move forward. But then the other one was the Robles, where we doing anything with that. Robles?
So on
Right,
Carranza, we're not moving forward?
Carranza, no,
No.
no. So you could take Carranza back and ask, hopefully they bring Elijah over.
Well, I don't know, maybe he needs to talk to Sarah May.
Sarah,
Mr. Carranza might need to talk to Sarah May.
Yeah.
Sarah, are you
His-
still on Zoom?
I don't know where
Sarah?
she
Yeah,
went.
she's in a breakout room with Robles.
Yeah.
Okay, with Robles. Okay, so that's the one we are gonna go forward on.
Yes, but
Yes.
I wouldn't send Mr. Carranza back
Yeah, I'm
until
gonna
he-
wait for him to talk to Sarah.
Sarah, okay. But the jail can bring one more over. They couldn't bring Elijah over, right?
Yes.
Okay,
We
very
have the
good.
request. Let me
Okay,
call him.
because, so when they bring Elijah over, like we're gonna go, like Jay's gonna put us back into, I'm gonna go back into a breakout room with mental health. Can you put Elijah in that breakout room? Can you
Okay.
do that? Jay need to do that.
No, I could put him in there.
Okay, all right, Jay, put me and I'll ask Brian to get on the Zoom to get in the breakout room, and we'll see if Adrian can get back on, okay? I'll text her.
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Montgomery?
Mr. Medina, I had already had placed you in a breakout room, but I guess you didn't see it. Wait, we're gonna put you in a breakout room with your attorney in a minute.
I was in there, one of the guards came and messed with the computer and they logged me out. All right, yeah.
Oh, okay, all right, we'll get you back when your attorney comes back.
Okay, thank you.
Jay, are you host? Are you made a host? Is Jay a host?
Yes, Judge, I am.
You could put me, you, and Brian back into a breakout room. I asked Adrian to come on, and then hopefully we can get her into the breakout room too.
Jay,
Adrian, are you on? I don't think she's gotten on
I
yet.
don't see her on.
Jay, can you ask Rebecca to get back on too?
Yes, I can. I'll try reaching her, Judge.
Yeah, thanks, Jay.
Judge? Can you hear me?
What was that?
They can't bring Elijah. They haven't processed him, so they can't put him on Zoom.
That's Elijah?
Yes.
Okay, I'll let the team know.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Hey, Jessica,
Yes, sir.
did number 23, Mr. Ortega, answer?
Ortega, yes.
Okay, very good. Just waiting on the judge then.
Jay, what is happening? Are you putting us in a breakout room? Jay?
Yes, Judge, you just gotta join in.
Oh, I don't have the message. Brian, do you have the message? Join breakout room?
No, Judge, did you want me to join alone?
Well, no, I mean, Jay said he sent us a message. Let me see. Do you
I'll
have the,
invite you to another one, Judge.
here, oh, I got it. I think I got it. Rooms.
It destroys short-term memory cells.
Yeah, yeah, I've read
That's
about
why,
that.
you know, the rappers like people.
Brian, can you join that breakout room 6 with the team?
Hey, Mr. Montgomery?
Hello. Sorry, they just threw me out of the courtroom to take a verdict. I have Zachary Medina. I was in a conference room with him
Okay,
and he and I got disconnected. I think the deputy came over. I saw the deputy grab the mouse, was trying to assist him with unmuting, but instead disconnected him from the breakout room.
okay, do you want me to put you back on a breakout room with him?
Yes, please, if it's
Okay.
possible.
Yes, sir, 1 second.
Thank you. This Pat.
Jessica, I'll be right back. Okay, Mr. Montgomery?
Yes, ma'am. My video's turned off. I guess when I got up and walked out of the courtroom, I was probably moving too much and y'all disabled my camera. But my client wants to enter a plea of true to the motion to revoke. And I'll need that certificate of appeal paper for him to sign. I believe he's waiting for me again in breakout room 8.
Oh, give me 1 second. So, Mr. Medina?
That's correct, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, so you want me to send you the paperwork and send him the paperwork?
That's correct. And I believe that the only thing that's necessary for the motion to revoke is the certificate of appeal.
Okay, I'll send paperwork right away.
Thank you, ma'am. I'll monitor my email box and I'll return to room 8 and wait for it to arrive. Once he and I have both signed it, I'll come back to the main session.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Jessica? Jessica?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi,
Hello.
I have this Kevin O'Hara Franco, and I got the Zoom invitation last night at 9:35, so I didn't see it until this morning, and we sent it to him.
You got it at 9:35?
35 p.m. Yeah, I can send it. I can show you that's the process.
Who did it come? Who did it come from?
It came from.
Because I know I wasn't working at that time.
Oh, hold on. No, it was at 6:42 from you.
Okay.
And we weren't here. And so we sent it to him this morning, and we also called, but we're not able to reach him. So I don't think he's there. I don't know if he's there. And I was going to ask.
No, he's marked as an FTA. Yeah.
Is it going to be an FTA? Because really, I mean, if we can reset this, it would be good, because it's really, I didn't send it to him till this morning.
Yeah, that's why they get notified. Well, before they leave court, he was notified when his case was being reset. So
yeah, I see that, but I didn't get him the Zoom information, so I guess he'd be there.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so so I'm just gonna leave then.
Yeah, I mean, he's not in.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Thank you.
Happy New Year.
Same to you. Thank you.
Reset that, Jen?
Oh, I sent 9:30. No, yeah, she sent us this 6.
Mr. Montgomery?
Yes, ma'am. You should have all the paperwork necessary for Mr. Zachary Medina's plea of true on his motion to revoke. And my camera's been disabled by the host, so if the judge needs to see me, I'll need to be able to turn my camera on.
Correct. So that's for Mr. Medina. So everything's in, right?
Everything has been submitted. Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. I'll get him online too.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Jessica, I'm gonna be jumping off.
Okay.
All right, Jessica, we have some more pleas ready?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, let me see, let's see, so Roberto Robles is ready. What else we got? No, we're gonna go forward with Carranza or not?
No, we're not
Okay.
going forward with Carranza. We did
Put
not
that
reach an
aside.
agreement. Sarah Mann
Oh.
and I did not reach an agreement.
Okay, how about Jose Pacheco?
Ready, Judge.
Okay, and then
Avalos and then maybe Robles, I think. There should be,
and then Medina.
I don't know who Medina is.
Zachary Medina.
Zachary Medina's a jail case, Judge.
That's who's the defense attorney?
Mr. Pat Montgomery?
Pat is,
I'm here, Judge. They need to turn on my video.
so okay, so let's start first. I have Roberto Robles, and then we'll go in order of the next after Roberto will be Pacheco, then Avalos, and then Medina. Okay, all right, here we go. All right. So at this time, the court will call the case of Roberto Robles, cause number 720932. Would each side state their name and who they represent for the record, please?
Mia Carranza for the state.
Roberto Robles, who's his attorney?
Sarah May.
Sarah, you on? I just heard her.
No, she's in a breakout room with Mr. Robles.
Oh, that would then let's put that to the side then and move on to Jesus Pacheco.
Ready, Judge.
Okay, here we go. At this time, the court will call the case of Jesus Pacheco, cause number 713349. Each side state their name and who they represent for the record, please.
Mia Carranza for the state.
Ashley Morgan on behalf of Mr. Pacheco.
Okay, good morning, Mr. Pacheco. How are you doing, sir?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Okay, are you the same Jesus Pacheco who's been charged with a DWI?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Have you had an opportunity to discuss this case with your lawyer?
Yes, Your Honor.
And counselor, are you satisfied your client is competent enough to move forward in the plea today?
He is, Judge.
Mr. Pacheco, did you get an opportunity to go over a document entitled Defendant's Waiver of Constitutional Rights and Court's Admonishments?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you go over that document with your lawyer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you sign that document?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counselor, are you satisfied your client understands his waiver of constitutional rights?
He does, Your Honor.
Mr. Pacheco, are you entered into your plea voluntarily this morning?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. State, is there a plea bargain?
Yes, Your Honor. State moves to waive and abandon count 1 and proceed solely on count 2, obstruction of a highway.
Any objections?
There's no objection, Judge.
Entered.
$750 fine, court costs, 12 months deferred adjudication, 48 hours community service, DWI education course, victim impact panel, TAP evaluation, ignition interlock for half the term, and $60 restitution fee to DPS.
Is this everyone's understanding of the plea bargain?
It is our understanding, Judge, he is 100% disabled veteran, but he lives in Wilson County, so he's not eligible for the Veterans Treatment Court. But I just wanted to let you know that he is a veteran.
You know, I thought the veterans do accept other counties, and maybe it's just a felony veterans one.
I think the felony does, Judge. I've had this now with several clients in our misdemeanor VTC. They do home visits, and probation is not allowed to leave Bexar County to do that home visit, so they're not able to accept them.
I see. All right. So, Charles, Wilson County, should we send the case over there? Or just should allow them to report to probation by Zoom?
He can report by Zoom.
Okay. Okay. So, Ashley, I'll allow your client to report to probation by Zoom. Okay.
Okay. And Judge, he does travel for work purposes, mainly to Atascosa County. So just want to make sure you know he was traveling.
Okay. And I'll notate that on the file then that Mr. Pacheco is allowed to travel for work purposes. You just have to alert probation that you're doing that. Like if you know you're leaving on the Thursday, try to tell them by Monday that you're going to be traveling to travel.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. All right. So, Mr. Pacheco, I see you've taken a plea bargain for deferred adjudication. Let me explain that deferred adjudication is a special type of probation where if you do very well and successfully complete the probation, this case could ultimately be dismissed against you. However, if you violate any terms of this probation, I could call you back to court, I could revoke the probation, and I could sentence you up to the full range of punishment. Do you understand this?
Yes, Your Honor.
You still wish to move forward?
Yes, Your Honor.
How do you plead to this charge?
Guilty.
Guilty? Very well. The court accepts your plea of guilty. Now, this has been voluntarily and intelligently entered into, and I'll set punishment as follows. We're going to move forward with count 2, obstruction of a highway, a $750 fine, court costs, 12 months of deferred adjudication, a DWI education class, a VIP class, TAP evaluation and follow our recommendations, ignition interlock for half the term, 48 hours of community service, $60 for DPS, and I'll set supervisory fee at $40. Is there anything else from either side?
No, Judge.
Nothing from the state.
Okay. If there's nothing else from either side, sir, I have followed your plea bargaining agreement. You do not have my permission to appeal this. Mr. Pacheco, I'm going to put you in a breakout room with Mr. Charles Kimbrough. He's going to go over a few things of probation with you. Counselor, did you want to go into that room also?
No, Judge, I have another plea with you.
No problem. No problem. Good luck to you, Mr. Pacheco. Just look for the little join button. Thank you, Counselor, for coming on, taking care of this matter. Everyone is excused. Okay, everyone is excused. All right. The next one then, Avalos?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay, all right. At this time, the court will call the case of Jose Miguel Avalos, cause number 716746. Will each side state their name and who they represent for the record, please?
Mia Carranza for the state.
Ashley Morgan on behalf of Mr. Avalos.
Good morning, Mr. Avalos. How are you doing, sir?
Good, and yourself, Honor?
I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking. Are you the same Jose Miguel Avalos who's been charged with the DWI?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen, sir?
Yes.
Have you had an opportunity to discuss this case with your attorney?
Yes, sir.
And
Yes,
Counselor,
Your
satisfied your client is competent enough to move forward in the plea today?
He is, Your Honor.
Mr. Avalos, did you get an opportunity to go over a document entitled Defendant's Waiver of Constitutional Rights and Court's Admonishments?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you go over that document with your lawyer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you sign that document?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counselor, are you satisfied your client understands his waiver of constitutional rights?
He does, Judge.
Mr. Avalos, are you entering into your plea voluntarily this morning?
Yes.
Okay. State, is there a plea bargain?
Yes, the state moves to waive and abandon the 0.15 enhancement and proceed solely on a DWI first Class B misdemeanor.
Any objections?
There's no objection, Judge.
Entered.
$600 fine, court costs, 16 months deferred adjudication, a DWI education course, victim impact panel, TAP evaluation, 48 hours of community service, ignition interlock for half the term, and $60 restitution fee to DPS.
Is this everyone's understanding of the plea bargain agreement?
It is, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Avalos, I see you've taken a plea bargain for deferred adjudication. Let me explain that deferred adjudication is a special type of probation where if you do very well and successfully complete this probation, this case could ultimately be dismissed against you. However, if you violate any terms of this probation, I could call you back to court, I could revoke the probation, and I could sentence you up to the full range of punishment. Do you understand this?
Yes, Your Honor.
You still wish to move forward?
Yes, Your Honor.
How do you plead to this charge?
No contest.
No contest? Very well.
No
The court accepts your plea of no contest. Fine has been voluntarily and intelligently entered into. I'll set punishment as follows. We're going to move forward with a DWIB, a $600 fine, court costs, 16 months of deferred adjudication, DWI education class, a VIP class, a TAP evaluation, follow our recommendations, ignition and lock for half the term, 48 hours of community service, $60 for DPS, and I'll set supervisory fee at $40. Is there anything else from either side?
Not with regard to this case, Judge.
No, nothing from the state.
There's nothing else from either side. Sir, I followed your plea bargain agreement. You do not have my permission to appeal this. Mr. Avalos, I'm going to put you in a breakout room with Mr. Charles Kimbrough. He's the probation officer for County Court 12. He's going to go over a few things of probation with you. Counselor, did you want to go into the room also?
I will, Judge, but before you move, Mr. Avalos, we are also set today on his occupational driver's license hearing. And the state
okay.
has, yes.
Let me see. Okay, so let me call that before it goes. Let me call that for the record also. So just for the record, we're here on cause number 2023 CD 0723230 and regarding occupational license for Jose Miguel Avalos. You start making announcements, I guess.
Ashley Morgan on behalf of the defense.
State.
What? We don't have an.
Oh, yeah. No, state's here. Amia Crowns for the state. Sorry.
No objections, okay.
No objections from the state, Your Honor.
And so just let's see, Ashley, you usually do that, the service to the Texas Department of.
Yes, I noticed the state, and I sent Laura, and I don't know if Mia got, I had emailed last week on this. So this is a first suspension for an ALR hearing for 6 months, I believe. And so we did set it for hearing. We did notice the state. We've included his abstract judge, a copy of his SR 22 and his liability insurance. And then he already is being monitored by Ignition Interlock. So we included Ignition Interlock as a condition of this occupational.
Okay, but that thing that caused all this to begin with, noticing Texas Department, that's like, did you put that email? You noticed them? That's what I'm asking.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Very. All right. That's where all the trouble and why we're here today for that reason, which of course we all know that they're not going to show up. All right. So I'm signing it right now. The occupational license. The application is granted. Signing it as we speak. Actually, I'm changing that 23 to 24.
Oh, thank you.
2020. So I guess that'll make that'll make a difference, right?
Yes.
All right. Okay, here we go.
And then Judge, do you know if that will be in your clerk's office, or are you all going to send that back to the clerk and the presiding?
Jessica, it goes back, right?
Do you want me to pick it up and take it back, or is your court going to send it back?
No, you can come pick it up, or they can send it.
Okay.
That's sure if you pick them up.
Okay. I'll try and pick it up today, Judge.
Okay.
All right. Everyone is excused. I signed that occupation. We'll have it here waiting for you.
And then we need to go to the breakout room with Charles.
Yeah, go to the breakout room. There we go. Everyone's excused. Thank you, Counselor, for coming on, taking care of this matter. All right. I think we had one. Do we have two more pleas or one more plea? Did Sarah still in the breakout room? You guys, I have a meeting at noon.
I think we have an MTR.
I think is that an MTR or compliance hearing, Charles?
You have an MTR and a compliance hearing, Judge. The MTR is ready to go. Pat Montgomery is ready to go on that.
What is the name of his client?
Zachary Medina.
Okay, yeah, that's up here. Okay, got that one. Okay. Everybody ready? At this time, the court will call the case of Zachary Medina, cause number 621348. Would each side state their name and who they represent for the record, please?
Lauren Espinoza for the state.
Pat Montgomery for Zachary Medina.
Good morning, Mr. Zachary. How are you doing? Well, Mr. Medina, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Doing very well. Thank you for asking. Are you the same Zachary Medina is charged with a DWI and it is now an MTR? Is that you, sir?
Yes.
Okay. Raise your right hand. Let me swear you in. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
To lower your hand. Okay. Mr. Medina, well, are you a U.S. citizen, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Have you had an opportunity to talk about this MTR with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
And counselor, are you satisfied your client is competent enough to move forward in this MTR?
He is, Your Honor.
Okay. Well, Mr. Medina, I must inform you that the state of Texas has filed an MTR against you, a motion to revoke your probation. And under the laws of the state of Texas, you can be charged up to a $2,000 fine and spend up to 180 days in a Bexar County jail. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You still wish to move forward?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. State wish violation, are we moving forward on?
Your Honor, the state would proceed on violated condition number 5, which reads, in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant, Zachary L. Medina, did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of September, October, November, December 2020, January, February of 2021, in violation of condition number 5.
All right. Mr. Medina, how do you plead to that?
Guilty.
True or not true?
Not true.
True? All right. Well, does it say you guys have an agreement?
We do not, Your Honor. We're asking for the court to satisfy the judgment with the time that has been served. He's got several weeks in.
That ain't gonna be happening. Like, I mean, does he have 180 days in?
No, ma'am, the underlying sentence is 180 days, and I'd argue that there's mitigation that should be reduced.
Nope. He's either gonna get 180 days, or you guys can go back and discuss this more, and he could get his probation extended if that's applicable, Charles.
No, ma'am.
Don't believe it's possible to extend the probation, Your Honor.
All right. So that's
So,
what he had 180 days to do.
Will the court hear argument before the court assesses sentence?
Yes, but you got.
ver-
I'll let you go ahead and argue your point, Pat. Go ahead, Pat.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Medina took his plea at the beginning of COVID. At the time, he was a barber by occupation and trade. And I've just been ordered out of this courtroom, Your Honor, because they're bringing in a jury. So give me a moment. I'll walk right out right now.
Okay.
Judge Torres Stahl was very nice in allowing me to multitask, but they brought the jury in, so I had to go.
Okay.
Mr. Zachary Taylor was a barber by trade. He took his plea at the beginning of COVID, and the barber business dried up to nothing. The first 4 or 5 months, he had a PAM device. Of course, that cost him money, and he was in compliance with that until the economic times hit. Also, he's paid about $400 toward his probationary obligations. What's most impressive to me, Your Honor, is over the course of the last year, he's developed a new trade. He's in lead abatement. He's the guy who wears the respirator and goes into homes and businesses that have old style lead paint and sands all that stuff off. He's still got that employment waiting for him. He'd like to return to that employment. Your Honor, I know you hear it all the time that somebody gets scared because they have a motion to revoke, but that's really what led to his non-compliance. Finally, Judge, he turned himself in on this warrant. This isn't a case where the court had to actually wait until he was found. He sees that he's finally on the right path. He sees that he's got a new career, and he's tired of living with this warrant. If it was possible to extend his probation, that's what we'd be asking you. But I don't believe that's possible. I believe that from his initial arrest, from his car being impounded, from his partial compliance with probation, and full compliance in many areas, and his new direction in life, I think the court could have some justification for modifying the underlying 180-day sentence.
Hey.
Your Honor, while the state is sympathetic to that partial compliance isn't full compliance, he expired in 2021 and he failed to comply with his PAM device and complete his classes or community service hours. Although he did pay partial fine, at this time, the state would ask that you grant the motion to revoke and sentence him the underlying term.
Extremely brief alternative, Your Honor. You could release him on a bond and reschedule this hearing. And maybe if we could get those classes taken, then you would consider that.
How would that be done? He's in jail. Isn't he in jail?
He is in jail. You would have to release him on bond and reschedule. I don't know that the court would want to do
Pat,
that.
I'm
I'm just throwing
looking at-
every alternative out I could think of.
Good advocating, Pat. Pat, I mean, looking at your client's record, I don't even think he would be a good person, a good candidate to be extended. He has no less than 5 FTAs. Like this, and this is a 2019 case. He is not a good candidate for probation. I'm looking at everything right now. Like I'm giving him exactly what he plea bargained for. He promised the court that if he got probation, 12 months, and the alternative is that he would be in jail for 180 days. And he had to do the conditions. He didn't do like any of the conditions really. And he was just not a good candidate for probation, Pat. He really did not fulfill his duty, his part of the contractual that he made with probation in the ADA's office, state of Texas, that he got a DWI, he plea bargained for 180 days, 12 months underlying probation. So that's going to be the order of the court. I'll give him credit for time served, 180 days in the Bexar County Jail, credit for time served. And I will say a $0 fine, court costs, 180 days in Bexar County Jail, money credit for time served, money time to a concurrent. The judgment is not satisfied.
Yes, Your Honor. May I be excused?
You may be excused. Okay.
175th.
Okay.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Sorry, couldn't do better for you, Mr. Medina. Good luck.
All right. So we still have Robles.
So, 1 second. So what are we doing with Mr. Medina? Are we resetting him or?
No, he's not going to reset it. I sentenced him. He got a $0 fine, court costs, 180 days in Bexar County Jail.
Got it.
I don't even know how that MTR lasted for 2 years.
Because he kept not reporting.
Oh yeah, that's all the FTAs I see, Charles. Do we need a language interpreter?
Yes.
For what? For what
For
case?
Mr. The next one, Mr. Robles.
Okay.
We were waiting on Miss May, Sarah May.
So, okay, Sarah, you guys ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. So let me click over. Everybody know what to do to click over to the interpret how to do this? Sarah, have you instructed your client how to do that?
Everything
Sarah,
should be ready, Judge.
everybody should be over? Okay.
Yes.
I'll go over.
Can the interpreter, can we hear her?
Let's see. I can hear you.
Okay, perfect.
Sarah, are you on the interpretation channel?
Who, me?
Yes. I can hear you. Did you instruct your client on how to change over, to get over?
I did not.
Well, someone has to tell me. You got to get back off, Sarah, and tell him what to do. Like he is going to click on Spanish, mute, and then done. Like I clicked on English, mute, and done. So he needs to click on Spanish, mute, and done. Okay, but you got to walk him through that because he has to click those 3 little dots at the top, and it drops down.
Yeah, I believe there's somebody with Mr. Robles.
Where is he? Mr. Robles. Oh, dear God, he's in jail. Yeah. I think somebody's going to have to come over and walk him through that.
I think somebody's there.
Sarah,
Señor Robles, ¿sí nos escucha?
Mr. Robles, can you hear us? Because he's not. You can hear us?
Dígale a la oficial ahí que si le puede ayudar a mandar con el intérprete.
Ok, disculpe, que si me puede ayudar a qué?
A hacerlo del intérprete.
Ok, que si me puede ayudar a hacerlo del intérprete.
Okay. They're gonna know how to do it.
Que si me puede ayudar a hacerlo del intérprete.
Intérprete.
Sí.
Ya le mandé la aplicación, dígale.
Que ya le mandó la aplicación.
Jessica's walking him through it.
Es cosa nomás de que acepte ahí de español a inglés.
Ok, nada más es cosa de que acepte de español a inglés. Que ya le mandó la aplicación.
Mira, español. Ahora.
Sí.
Okay, very good, very good. All right, everybody ready to move forward?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, here we go. At this time, the court will call the case of Roberto Robles, cause number 720932. Could each side state their name and who they represent for the record, please?
Mia Carranza for the state.
Sarah May for Roberto Robles.
Good morning, Mr. Robles. How are you doing, sir? Yeah, I see.
No, so
I
I
think
have notes
I
here
was going
that
over
it's
to unmute.
not a red file for one, it's filed, but then we have.
Okay. Bien, bien. Muy bien.
Are you the same Roberto Robles who's been charged with an assault bodily injury? Did he say yes?
Sí, yes.
Okay. Are you a U.S. citizen, sir?
No.
Okay. Please raise your right hand. Let me swear you in. Yeah. Okay. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
Puro, lo
Okay.
puro.
You can lower your hand, sir. Mr. Robles, you're about to enter into a transaction in the American judicial system that could have some consequences on your status here in America. And I want to be assured that you understand what those consequences will be before we move forward in this plea. Do you understand this?
Sí, yes.
I'm gonna ask you a series of questions,
Sí,
okay?
sí.
The first question again, Ben, Mr. Robles, did you get an opportunity to speak with an immigration attorney?
Sí.
Could you tell me the name of your immigration attorney?
Sarah May.
Sarah May, okay. So in speaking with Miss Sarah May, do you have an understanding of the consequences of moving forward with this plea? How would that affect your status here in America?
Sí.
No. I'm asking you a question, Mr. Robles. You have to tell me your understanding of what would happen to you if you took this plea today, in regard to your status as not a citizen in America.
A futuro algo negativo para no poder hacer un trámite legal como visa o algo.
That's good. That's what I'm getting at. So, Mr. Robles, in knowing this, are you still willing to move forward in this plea?
Sí.
Okay, all right. Then it would be the order of the court that we'll move forward. Counselor, did you want to speak to this issue on the record?
There is a PDA on file.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. May. I figured as much. Okay. All right. And back to the case. Mr. Robles, have you gotten an opportunity to speak with your attorney about this case, this assault case?
Yes, I have.
No, I was asking him. Had he got? Okay, all right. So he has. So, Counselor, are you satisfied your client is competent enough to move forward in the plea today?
Yes, he is.
Okay. Mr. Robles, did you get an opportunity to go over a document entitled Defendant's Waiver of Constitutional Rights and Court's Admonishments?
Sí.
Did you go over that document with your lawyer?
Sí.
Did you understand that document?
Sí, sí, entendí.
And did you sign that document?
Sí, yo firmé.
Okay, all right. Counselor, are you satisfied your client understands his waiver of constitutional rights?
Yes, he does.
Okay. Mr. Robles, are you entering into your plea voluntarily this morning?
Sí.
Okay, very well stated. Is there a plea bargain?
Yes, Your Honor. $0 fine, court costs, 36 days in the Bexar County Jail with credit for time served, time and money to run concurrent, and we ask for this judgment to be satisfied.
Is this everybody's understanding of the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Robles, how do you plead
Sí.
to this charge?
Sí. No me opongo.
No contest, very well. The court accepts your plea of no contest. See, this has been voluntarily and intelligently entered into. I'll set punishment as follows. We're going to move forward with a $0 fine, court costs 36 days in the Bexar County Jail, credit for time served, money and time to run concurrent, and the judgment is satisfied. Is there anything else from either side?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Nothing from the state.
If there's nothing else from either side, sir, I have followed your plea bargaining agreement. You do not have my permission to appeal this. Mr. Robles, if you do not have anything else they're holding you in jail, you should be let out later today, okay?
Okay.
Good luck to you, sir. Thank you, counselor, for coming on taking care of this matter. Everyone is excused.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much for coming on, Arlene. Thank you. Do we have one more? Jessica, are we done? Do we have?
I think that's
So,
it.
Medina, that was it.
That was
Jessica,
fine
can I
to
be
judge.
placed with Carranza again?
Say it again.
Oh, may I be placed in a breakout room with Carranza?
Yes,
Oh,
ma'am.
okay, yes.
Okay.
Jessica put you in the breakout room. Okay. I think we're done with it, but we still have so many defendants on, Jessica. So,
We have Javier Ortega here for a compliance hearing.
I forgot about that. Let me see. What number is he on the docket?
He is number 20.
Ortega? Was he an add-on?
No, ma'am. 23. Number 23.
What's his name again?
Javier Ortega.
Good morning, Your Honor. I believe this is Ryan's case. I am available if I'm needed. I'm more than willing to take over.
Okay. Let's see here. Okay.
Mia or Lauren, Mr. Perez is in room 5.
Thank you.
Disculpe.
Dígame.
¿Ya me puedo retirar? O...
Sí, ya se puede retirar.
Ah, ok, gracias.
Gracias.
All right. Let's see. What is this? All right. Let's see. This is an A. All right, Mr. Javier Ortega. You still on the Zoom? Javier Ortega, are you on the Zoom?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Ortega, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
I can't hear you. Did you connect by audio?
Can you hear me better now?
You did not connect by audio. You have to, because we can't hear you.
I can hear
You
him,
have to log
Judge.
off and connect by audio.
I can hear him.
Did you remove from the global?
Hello?
Judge.
Sir, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you, Your
Okay.
Honor. Yes, ma'am.
We cannot hear you. You have to log off and then come back in and make sure you connect by audio. You did not, you don't have audio. You're not connected by audio. You
I
understand
leave
that?
the meeting and join back. Okay.
Jessica, just put him out. Just put him out so he can come
I
back
can
in.
hear him good.
Is
I
it
can
me?
hear him as well.
It's the global.
Is it me then?
No,
Can y'all hear
I
me?
can't hear him either, Judge.
We can hear you.
Okay.
Do I
Jessica,
leave
can you hear?
or?
If you have a headset plugged into your phone, you need to unplug the headset.
If you have a headset, put
Yes,
it
sir.
on.
I did unplug the headset.
Jess, maybe she can, the global.
Jessica, do you hear what I'm
No,
saying?
Turn
the
your
global's
volume
off.
For her, we need to turn it
Jessica,
off.
can you hear me, Jessica?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I'm saying, can you put Mr. Ortega out of the Zoom and then he comes back in with audio? Like I keep
Okay.
telling him to log off and come back in. He's not doing it. There we go.
Okay,
When he logs back in, he'll log back in with audio. So Brian O'Donnell, you're back. Did you need something?
Yes, Your Honor. If the court has time, Heather Camaro.
Why can I hear Brian? Is this my computer? Brian, I can't hear you.
I'm sorry. It looks like it looks like everything's fine on
Can you
this
hear
end.
Brian?
No.
Jessica? Brian, we can't hear you.
Judge, can you hear me? Judge,
I don't know. Let me investigate, Judge.
We cannot hear you, Brian. We
Very
cannot
well.
hear you. You can just walk into the courtroom. I see you in my jury room. You can just walk right in, okay?
I'll be right there,
All
Judge.
right. Let's see. Rogelio, you're still here.
Hello?
Did you need something, Rogelio?
Your Honor, I'm standing in for Ryan today,
Can
and
I
I
hear
believe it.
anybody? What is going on here?
If the interpretation's on, Judge.
Oh, okay. Okay, let me do that. That's what it is. Okay, Okay, now. Bri-
Your Honor, I'm sending in for Ryan this morning. I believe he represents Mr. Ortega, who's here on a compliance hearing.
Okay, yeah, he didn't really need an attorney. It's nothing gonna happen. I'm just really giving him like a little lecture to get it together. Mr. Ortega, you're on probation. How long are you on probation for? How many months?
I had 12 months, Your Honor.
Okay, so in those 12 months, let's see. They said that I actually extended you another 4 months. Is this right, Charles? On 7/21, on 7/21?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I
Case
extended
expired in
you,
February.
and they're saying that you're not testing. You're not coming in for the following days of May, March, January. You haven't tested like the whole time, really the whole pendency of the case. And when you did test, you tested positive for marijuana. You did your anger management in your life skills program, but you have not done any of the 80 hours of community service. Are you not paid any of the fees, and they've not verified your employment? Sir, are you working?
Yes, Your Honor.
Where are you working?
I started working at Avanzar Interior Technology in the beginning of December.
Huh?
And I also wanted to say that I did 40 hours of community service. I'm trying to get the place approved. It was with the
Yeah.
church.
What did you do? You did it with the church. Is there someone that can write a letter and sign it, verify that, give that to probation?
Yes, ma'am. I have a card with their name and number on it, along with all my hours as well.
Okay, Mr. Ortega, look, today is just a compliance hearing. You're not
Yes,
under arrest or anything. You know what? Like if you don't get it together, you know what the next step will be?
That I will be
NPR.
under arrest. Yes.
NPR, a warrant will issue, you go to jail, you have to bind out, you have to get a lawyer, you have to come back to court. Do you want to do all that?
No, Your Honor.
Sir, you got to defer. You got 12 months to defer. And if you do this correctly, this case could be dismissed against you, right?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, ma'am.
12 months, we extended you another 4 months. You need to pay the fines, finish up the community service hours. If you've done 40, get that together and hand that over. If you've been vaccinated, the court gives you 24 hours of credit. If you can show your back card, okay?
Yes,
like I was saying, this is just a heads up, right? You didn't need a lawyer today. I'm having a talk with you, telling you that if you don't get it together, the next step is going to be an MTR. All right.
Yes,
I don't want to issue an MTR against you. I know that's going to cost you money out of your family that you could be using. But you need to like take this case seriously and get on the path to have this case. Don't you want to be done with this case?
Yes, ma'am.
This case is supposed to expire, Charles. Is this right? On
February
2nd. So if you can if you can pay the fines and to finish those community service hours and start back testing, because they're really saying that you're not going in to do the random testing. We don't have to extend this case. I can term this case. Wouldn't that be a great thing to be off probation?
Yes, that would be wonderful. Yes, Your
So
Honor.
it's in your hands, sir. It's in your hands, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm pulling for you. I don't like sending anyone to jail. All right. So get those things done so that Charles can send over to me the motion to dismiss this case, term this probation. Okay. Look, today is January 5th. You have till a little bit over a month to get all these things done. Charles, he needs to get back in compliance with the UAs, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And get the money paid and finish out the community service hours. Is there anything else that they were asking of it?
Yes, Judge, they actually asked quite a bit.
What do they say?
They recommend they want extending 6 months with biweekly UAs for 60 days and must find and verify employment, or extending for 1 year and amend for local ISF2 for 120 to 180 days. Biweekly UAs for 60 days and must find employment.
Mr. Ortega, do you want to be extended another 6 months? Do you want to be extended another year?
No, ma'am.
I'm telling you, I'm saying to you, Judge Huff is saying to you, if you can get these fees paid, if you can get these community service hours done, if you can get yourself back on path with these UAs, clean UAs, I'm willing to term this case come February 7th. That's in a little over 30 days.
Yes,
If
Your Honor.
you don't have any of these things done and Charles has to bring you back and file this MTR, then you're going to be extended like 6 months to a year. I know you don't want that in your life. I wouldn't want that. So the choice is in your hands, sir. Okay.
Yes,
I'm,
ma'am.
I'm putting out a challenge for you. Get on the ball and get these things completed in the next 30 days, and I will release you from this probation come February 7th, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Charles, give me the update, like in about a week before this is done, like the end of January. Tell me how he's doing.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. All right. Anything else, Charles?
No, ma'am. That's it.
But he needs to, you do need to get back in contact with probation to get back on that UA, to get back on those random UAs, because they're saying that you haven't done any of those, okay? That you're not
Yes,
coming
ma'am.
to test at all. All right? You understand what I'm saying to you?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
What am I saying to you? Tell me what I
Pay
just
my
said.
fees, do my hours, start coming out clean for my UAs, doing my UAs.
Uh-huh.
And then coming February 7th, I will be released.
Right.
As long as I
right.
handle my business. Yes, ma'am.
Handle your business. There you go. Sounded like my son. There you go. Handle your business, sir. Come February 7th, if Charles tells me like a week before, Judge, you didn't do any of that. Okay, let's extend the 4 year.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
And make sure
I
you give them
understand, Your Honor.
make sure you give them the verification of that employment you just told me about too, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
Charles, did you need to talk further to him, or is he free to be released?
No, Judge. He just needs to make sure he gets that community service information to his officer. I made a note that you approved it. So
And
yes, sir.
that he get the verification for his employment too.
And for that, will a job, a pay stub be fine?
That's all you
Or
need is a
check?
pay stub. That's all
Okay.
you need.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
All right, Mr. Ortega, you're free to log off.
Thank you. Y'all have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. I believe that's all that I have before your honorable court this morning. May I be excused?
Thank you, Virgilio. I know you're not feeling well. Good luck to you out there, sir. Take care of
Thanks.
yourself, okay?
I will. Thank you. Have a wonderful weekend.
Okay. Sarah, see, you're still here. What's going on, Sarah?
Hi, Judge. Just for Jose Carranza, we would like to set it for, so we're trying to get a trial date.
Okay. A trial date? Oh, okay. What is the separate now? Yes, you go to the call docket first.
Yeah, that's his first setting.
Okay. She wants to, you want to, but give her a call date if that's what she wants to do. Give her a call date, Judge. Come on over, Israel.
Then that's gonna be February 27th.
February 27th, call docket, 9:00 a.m. That's in person, Sarah, okay?
Okay,
Wait,
it's not February. It's not February 2nd.
No, because you're asking for a call docket and he's in custody, so.
Okay, so it'll be February 27th.
Yes.
That's call docket announcement docket, Sarah. Yes. And from there, he'll trial docket, okay? Trial. Right,
okay, thank you.
Israel, thank you for being here on time today, okay? And what did we learn from this situation, Israel? Not to lie. You dug this hole so big for yourself, okay? If you had just told the truth, that was like not even as worse as the lies you told. You could have just said, Judge, you know, I got busy. I didn't go take my UA. Don't say stuff like I got COVID and the flu, okay? Because like honesty, like you see that young lady that today that said I drank alcohol. She was so honest. Like it was nothing. You're in a recovery program. We expect relapses. We expect things are going to happen, okay? And we're dealing with that step by step. Overall, you're doing really good. That was like a misstep for you, but overall, you're doing very well in the program, okay? Yes, I want you to keep up the good work. What is your next court date?
February 1st.
February 1st. There you go. All right. There you go, Israel. All right, Brian, you have anything?
Just thank you very much, Anna, for not putting my client in jail and letting him stay in this program. He's so young, he may not understand it completely how important it is to complete this program.
Okay, you got it. Israel understands, right, Israel?
Yes.
Okay, very good, Israel. I'll see you on February 1st. Keep up the good work, okay? But no calls, no missed calls, no missed UAs. You're doing great in that area, okay? Yes. Keep up that good. You're free to go, Israel.
Am I supposed to start class or something?
Is MRT? I don't know, but check with Janae. She's your pretrial bond officer. See if you're on the NTR list, okay? The MRT list, okay? Well, I don't know. I know they sent a list out, but I don't know. I can't remember who all were on the list, all right? Okay, but check with John A, all right? You can do that. She'll be back on Monday, okay? Yes. All right, you're free to go, Israel. Thank you for being on time today. Okay, thanks, Brian. Thanks. Okay, let's see. I think we have everybody. Thank you, Brian. He's doing good. He's doing good. Yeah. So, okay, Mario's in the other sphere, but Mario can come. Oh, Heather. Oh, we talking about Pat. Quickly, what you have?
Oh, I had a guy who missed court on Monday. He joined the meeting. He sat through the meeting all morning long. He was patient because I was doing my other thing.
He missed court, and does he have an FTA?
He has an FTA.
Well,
and
he has
warrant, but he's no longer. I don't know if he left.
He
or
can go.
excluded
He
from
needs
the
to be.
meeting,
Pat,
but
you need to bring him in person.
That's
okay?
what I told him.
Yeah.
And that's what Jessica said, and
Yeah.
that's what I predicted. But
Okay.
I wanted to make sure because I didn't want you to think I'd run out on you when he
Well,
was on the screen. All
He was on
morning.
the Zoom.
Yeah, he's
Who,
not now.
who was that, Jessica?
Oh, which one?
It was Pat Montgomery's client.
Oh, that was Medina. He was in custody.
No, Richard Martinez, the other
He
one
had
who
a-
came in with a warrant.
He left.
He was on the screen for most of the morning.
And he just logged out.
Yeah, but I told Pat that he has to bring him in person anyway. See if you
And
can get him
that's
in
what
on
I
Monday.
figured.
See if you can get him.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll try, Judge.
Okay, thanks,
I just
Pat.
wanted to make sure you guys didn't think I'd run out on you. And
Okay.
I called the jury back for a verdict, and I didn't want my stuff held hostage.
Okay. All right, Pat. Thank you for coming by.
Just make sure you're available when it comes in.
Yes, of course.
So-
Usually what I tell them is sit in the hallway until I'm here.
Okay.
So, Brian, you're here because Heather's case, right?
Yes, Your Honor. I checked with the state, and I believe that my client wanted to, her intent and everyone's intent was to come into the mental health control diversion program on 2 cases. One case was not to the TIC. And I would ask if the court has time if we could go on the record and amend that, and so we have legal closure on
Okay.
one of the cases.
So do I have the files? I need to have.
I'm told that you have one of the files, and I'm hoping the other one is next to it.
Um,
It used to be a red file, but now apparently there is a file created.
So I have one case. So the terroristic threat and the other case that did not get included in the agreement was what?
I think it was that file you have in your hand, Judge,
Yeah.
that would be the case that she's in the program on now.
Okay, so that's 6703327. She's in the program. So we left out 6777901, which is
Yes.
what kind of case is that?
It's an assault bodily injury, Judge.
Injury.
So, okay, so 2 cases of terrorist threat and assault bodily injury. Okay, all right then. Let's get this on the record. Irene, you ready? Come on up, Heather. Okay, so.
Yes,
come on
ma'am.
up. All right, so let me call the case for the record. The state calls the case of Heather Nicole Camarino, cause number 670327. We're here to just correct some, I think, what would you call it, Brian?
I would, Judge, under non-pro tunc, we're asking that the court amend in equity what is in essence a clerical error.
Yeah.
No specific clerical.
So
person.
we're here to amend a plea, just as something that this plea was taken on 10/12/2023, and at that time Heather this case was transferred to the PTD mental health court docket. The bid was ordered by that I wrote take it under advisement. She got 30 hours community service, no harmful or injurious contact with Don Holzer. And we also wanted to add in, which at that time we did not add, cause number 677-901, an assault bodily injury. So both of these cases were meant to be added into that plea on 10/12/23. So today we're amending that plea. That it's not a plea. We're amending, I guess, just getting on the record the PTD agreement to include both cases, 670-327 and 677-901. I really need that file because that was a problem. I need that file to write on it, Brian, okay?
I'll find
I
it,
can tell
Judge.
the girls, because that was the problem to begin with. Probably didn't have that file because the girls are not gonna know to enter this again if I don't give them the file with what I
So
just
the
said.
The one that you're missing is the 901? The one
Yes.
ending?
Yes, yeah, I
Okay.
need that file to write on it. All right,
And the
so-
honor, for the record, my client understands, I explained to her, she signed the contract
Yes.
like all the other parties, which had both case numbers listed.
okay, all right. And so I think, I don't know, did I say both sides announced for the docket? Let me get that. So could both sides announce for the record?
Lauren Espinoza for the state.
Brian O'Donnell, Assistant Public Defender.
Okay.
For Ms. Camarena.
Okay, all right. So everybody's in agreement. We were just amending and clearing up the agreement on the record for the PTD mental health court docket, including both cases.
Yes,
All right?
Judge, and all of the conditions would run concurrent, including the special
Yeah.
mental health court.
Yes,
condition.
very good, very good. All right, so ordered of the court. Everyone is excused. Thank you, Irene.
Very well, Judge.
Good.
If my client can be released, I'll go find that file,
Yeah,
Judge.
very good. Thank you. So we got them both included now, Heather, okay? You feeling okay? Okay, okay. Follow Brian, okay? You guys, I have to be in a meeting. Come on up, Mario. And I'm gonna jump into my meeting that started at noon, but I'm just saying this. I want you guys to go ahead and do a resolution. I can go ahead and do a resolution of the docket, okay? I'm gonna jump into this meeting, okay, guys?
Okay. Okay, ready, ladies? We'll make it quick. Okay. So number one, January 30th, call docket. Number two, January 30th, call docket. Number three, FTA. Number four, February 9th. Number five, FTA. Number six, February 2nd. Number seven, FTA. Number eight, February 5th. I mean, that was a plea, right? Oh, no, never mind. He's being set for February 5th for a plea. Number 9, February 2nd. Number 10, January 26th. Number 11.
Plea.
Yeah, that was a plea. Number 12, February 7th. Number 13, February 8th. Number 14, January 26th. Number 15, February 9th. And that's Robert, right? Okay, because I added some, so I don't know if we're on the same page. Number 16, February 5th. Number 17, Mr. Javier Ayala, January 12th. Number 18, it looks like he was taken care of in jail court, which was McNally. Number 19, January 30th, call docket. Number 20, it was also a JSAT in jail court. Number 21, Venegas, it was dismissed. Number 22, Medina, was a plea. Number 23, Ortega, it was reset to February 9th. Number 24, Avalos, was a plea. Number 25, Medina, it was reset to February 2nd.
What number was that? Medina? It was a plea, Jess. Wasn't
Madrid,
he?
I'm sorry, Madrid.
Oh, okay. And what was that? The 25th?
February 2nd.
Sorry about that.
And then number 26, Jacobs, it was a plea. And I don't have nothing for Elijah.
I don't have anything for Elijah either.
Okay, yeah, they couldn't bring him in.
It's mental health court, what it says on the docket.
Yeah, and he was still in civilian clothes, so they couldn't put him in docket.
Okay. And
So-
then Robert was
Yeah, Robles, that one was a plea. And then Carranza was reset to February 27th, call docket.
I'm sorry, I know we're.
We get to jump off. We just had some officers arrive for a pretrial.
Okay.
So we're good?
We're good.
Bye,
All
guys.
right.
Bye,
Bye.
ladies.
Y'all have a
Thank
good
you.
weekend. I'll be gone next week. I'll be gone next
Oh,
week.
that's right. Okay.
So go ahead.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye. Are we good, Mr. Charles?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then I'll see you guys around.
Okay.
guys. Have a good weekend.
All right, you too.
Yeah, change.